Good morning, everyone. It is 8:26 in the morning on Thursday, the 27th of July, 2023. I have been up since 6:45 when Juice called me, because I knew he was arriving at early in the morning. Oh my god, every time I do it, don't I? Anyway, so he was here by like 7. We've definitely started something with Boss, because now it's like that time of the morning he just goes straight to the door. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. When I got up to turn the heat on and make coffees and unlock the door, Boss very much stayed in bed, and it wasn't until Juice actually arrived and let himself in that Boss decided to get up. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good with myself. I've been up, had food, got all the information in front of me to call the births, deaths and marriages place for New Zealand in Sydney. My beautiful sister has sent me a copy of her birth certificate. So I've got copies of my sister's birth certificate, my father's and my mother's. So far I'm the only one with incorrect information. But I figured like if I could get as many from my family, at least hopefully it won't be too big of an issue to fix. Because as I said to Juice this morning, like I do love my job, but I guess it's because I'm basically a paid friend. Because as much as I am fucking trained to do all the very difficult mental side, disability, AOD sort of counselling, it's not what I'm doing with this client. It's just very much more of a social thing. But the point is, I need help. I need support workers myself. I need help for things like grocery shopping, because I'm not actually getting any better at it. In fact, I'm getting so much worse at grocery shopping. I think we're all aware at day 575 off the top of my head. Grocery shopping overwhelms me. I've stopped trying to make that make sense in my head. The only thing I come up with is the fact that there's too many people, too many options, too many distractions, and it just causes my brain to just go, nope, this is too difficult. Which then causes me to walk around a supermarket for far too long. Like I've walked around supermarkets for over an hour and a half just being so, this is too much, got my headphones on and buying crap that I very much do not need. And anyway, so here in Australia, the supermarket specials end at midnight on a Tuesday. So the new ones kick in on the Wednesday once midnight rolls over. And I had seen from the weekend that they had these little yogurt, single yogurt serve things, yeah? They were half price and they looked really good. So I'm one of those people, I don't like lumpy fruit stuff. I don't like juice with pulp. I don't like yogurt with lumps. I don't particularly like anything with certain like raisins. Don't like raisins, sultanas, dates. They all kind of go on the same pile. I do like date pudding, but I think that's different. Anyway, I have forgotten what I'm talking about. That's neither here nor there. I always do. But yeah, like, so I've gotten all this stuff ready. I need to phone them up, praying it's all done, because that's right, I really need to get my shit sorted so I can apply for the NDIS. I very much want to resign from my job. Got absolutely nothing to do with my client. My client's amazing. I think they're one of the coolest people I've ever met. But I'm a highly vulnerable person too. And in these kind of roles, like I've said, I've technically quit to my client's face at least a half a dozen, maybe a dozen times. They just keep refusing to accept it, which is obviously means I'm doing something right. But yeah, like the shopping situation really showed me, because I went and picked up my groceries yesterday after doing it online because I really wanted the sales, that I really do need help in almost all situations in my life. I think because it's not like, when I say to people you can't tell what's going on within me, I know that's the same for all of us, yeah? And I'm not trying to say I have it worse than anyone else, because I know for a fact I do not. All I've got to do is jump on Reddit for 5 minutes and see how wonderfully good my life truly is. But the reason I'm fucking talking about this here is because look what I did in my, oh my god, I don't actually read shit correctly, alright people? I'm going to turn my camera around if I can fucking figure it out. Anyways, look what I bought. Now, these are fucking, I don't know what they are. They're base of yogurt, yeah? Base of yogurt. So there's 4 there. There's 4. I bought 5 technically, but Juice thought it was funny, and he's a chef, as I've said, like trained as a chef, doesn't do it anymore, but still. Anyway, he starts saying things like, I wonder if I add this and this and this, I can make it a cake out of it. And I'm just like, you're the chef. I'm planning on calling and telling them I made a really dumb mistake and seeing if they'll refund it. They might not, but I mean, I don't have a yogurt maker, yeah? And the other reason I'm making this video now is because it really is highly amusing that I own a solarium and I'm as white as I am. So, it's warming up for me. Because even though my heat's on in my house and my house is warm and it doesn't look overly bad outside, then again, we're in Melbourne, can be deceiving. I'm gonna tan and shower and sort this stuff out. Well, I'm actually gonna make the phone call first, truthfully. That's just, like I said, warming up for me. I spoke to Michael, my mechanic, last night because he called me for like an urgent job. It was like after 5 and it was going in the direction of where traffic was, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm unable to do that. And I checked the GPS and I called him back, right? And I was like, don't know if you've checked the GPS, but like traffic's already pretty backed up and it's only going to get worse, yeah? And I was like, I'm happy to do it in the morning, but I definitely cannot do it now. And that was on the phone call back. And he told me that he'd managed to get one of his friends or someone to do it for him. And he said to me, I wasn't sure if you'd want to do things after 5 or not, you know, if it's busy and out of your way and whatnot. And at the time I was like, the reason I'm saying no mostly is because I've smoked weed. And even though I've not smoked a lot of weed because I was planning to study, I'd smoked enough for the fact that there was no way I was getting in my car. And sure as shit wasn't getting in my car to spend 2 hours in fucking traffic, yeah? But my point being, they both know that I'm free. Again, rates, this, that, and everything else. I've definitely lost my confidence along the way. Juice reckons it's because I am no longer interested in conflict. So old live, conflict, didn't give a fuck, yeah? I said and did exactly whatever I thought, as I'm sure we can all see how well that's worked out for me. So now it's sort of like I just like, yep, cool, whatever. I'm grateful and happy for the life that I have. I don't really want to get too hung up on the details down here on 3D, especially when the angels are still telling me that I'm still not quite focused on the right thing, this whole feeling off track. And again, like I feel really good. There's only certain things, you know, that are sort of getting to me. And again, it's shit like me feeling like, well, I was going to say like a fraud, but again, I'm definitely, technically, legally, in every other which way, not doing anything wrong. With my job, I should clarify. I'm feeling really good about uni this trimester. because I've decided not to overwhelm myself by trying to actually read these entire chapters that I've already listened to in the textbook before, I am focusing on the notes because, as you may know, these are what I do, right? So if I could just figure out that, I'll ace my stuff. And I was really, really nervous about the whole fact that the unit has changed structure. Now, I've gone back because I got the same notebook, thankfully, from when I was first enrolled in this unit, which was 2020. And I was then enrolled again in 2021. So I've gone back and checked all the information for those based on the information I've got in my notebooks and on live in my OneDrive. And the last say that I'm aware of, because it was the same last year when my friend did it, number of units over the last years, the first assignment for this particular unit, which is psychopathology, has always been a lit review. And off the top of my head, I think it was like a 1,500 word lit review, right? So that was always like the first assignment, and the second assignment is the one where we watch the movie and then we view it from the point of view of a psychologist. And then the third would always be the exam. Now that everything's online and open book, they've had to change everything all around. So this is the first year they've scrapped the actual lit review. So we only have one written actual assignment, which is the movie one. And again, like I've said, hallelujah for being enrolled a number of times, because as I've done going through all of my notes, I have pages of notes already for the actual assignment we're doing. And I even found one in my OneDrive thing. Oh, Bobby. I found in my OneDrive thing, like I said, the start of something I'd already started writing. So, yay me. But yeah, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling calm. Like, I think I may have said it in another video at some point that the first and third assignments, they're both worth 30%, involve multiple choice questions and short answer questions. To begin with, the fact that we were having short answer questions was really nerve-wracking. But since doing the seminar, I have realized it's actually really good, because you either get a multiple choice question right or wrong. There's literally only one option, yeah? Whereas the lecturer was giving us all these different examples on how we are to answer these short answer questions, and in going through the examples, it was like, they really are making it very easy for us to fully distinguish, because they're obviously, and it's fun with the lecturers, because I remember at one point he was like, this is all new for all of us, like the whole unit's been restructured, like this first assignment is new, yeah? And like I said, at one point he was like, I need to give you an example, and then he's like sort of checking with himself out loud, we're all listening, and the whole yeah, no, don't worry, I'm not giving anything away, before he sort of gives us the example. And then he'll ask a random question, and he'll be like, I don't know, say a predisposing trait for depression is blah, 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 yeah? And he'll be like, that gets you a half a mark. He's like, but if you tie it into how and where and more specific, he goes, you get full points. So it's actually, in a weird way, not a weird way, great way, thank you universe, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to help me. I'm definitely feeling good about this particular unit. Like I've said, all my different mental illnesses probably will help me. I finally remembered to grab my little mini desktop book, the DSM-5 one, to put with my schoolwork. Anyway, I've just heard my solarium beeping at me, so it's turned off, or about to turn off. So it'll be nice and warm because I put it on for 20 minutes. I'm going to go jump in there now, actually, I've decided. And I haven't tanned in a while, so I might just do like 10 minutes. Nice 10-minute motivational, get on with the day sort of meditation, because I like listening to meditations when I tan. shower, and then on with my day. And yeah, like I said, I was talking about it with Juice with this whole driving stuff, and it's like they keep wanting me to give them these rates, and I was like, I can't do that until the day. There are so many different variables in place: traffic, time, where I'm going, blah blah, how much time I've got. Like, it's Thursday, and I plan to spend Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday fully studying. And even though I'm good with where I'm at, I'm feeling fine, like, I do just drop everything. And as Juice said, he's like, this all needs to be taken into consideration. He's like, as far as when we know, and he was saying to me, he's like, you and I both know you need to do a lot of study. He goes, you shouldn't, he goes, if they're calling you up from random shit, he's like, you need to tell them that it has to be worth your while, because, you know, yesterday, for example, I was out for 2.5 hours for my mechanic. I totally undercut myself and ended up throwing my whole day out. Like, I barely got any study done. I don't think I really did get any study. No, the only study I got done yesterday was listening to the notes over and over and over again. So obviously it's week 3. The first assignment's in week 5, if I recall correctly, which means getting my shit into gear. And having the notes is helpful, and it's definitely helping, but I need to read, I need to make notes, I need to figure out what I'm doing, and uni has to come first. So on that note, I'm at 16 minutes and 20 seconds, and I'm going to love you all and leave you, and say thank you all for being wonderful, following along on my journey. All of you who subscribe, thank you. I'll talk to you later. Have a nice Thursday. Bye.